Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of your favorite Ravens YouTube channel podcast, Talking Ravens all day, every day. It's your host, Justin P. My MVP co host, Miss Shannon Finch. Sorry, we've been away for a little minute. We had to collect our thoughts. A lot has transpired. We talked about it in our last show. John Harbaugh was dismissed as the head coach. And since then, we hired a new coach. We were talking about Jessie, former Chargers defensive coordinator. He's actually a former Ravens coach. He was our DB's coach, assistant DB's coach from 2017 to 2020. So he's familiar with the organization. So he was on my list. I don't know if he's on Shannon's list. I want to say yeah, but he definitely was in my top five. So I'm good with the result. But this is episode 177 for the YouTube version. For the audio version, is season 3, episode 18. Like I said, the links are right there below in the description. If you can't watch live on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, whatever, all you gotta do is talking Ravens all day, every day, and it'll pop right on up. Like I said, without further ado, I'm gonna turn it over to Miss Shannon Finch.
And to answer your question, I didn't have a list like of head coaches I wanted because I didn't really. I know the names, but I don't know them to be like I want this guy. So I didn't really care as far as like like having a list like you may have had. Um, but yeah, let's get right to it. So what was your initial thoughts when you heard that the Ravens were hiring Jesse Minton?
Um, I was happy, but I was somewhat shocked because I thought Steve was gonna wait it through. Maybe,
Mm-hmm.
but I guess he felt like, hey, since the combine and East West Shrine game was great, all got pop up. They didn't want to scram together a staff, and that's how you make bad hires. Because now
Mm-hmm.
you're playing catch up, so to say. That's why the Browns went on to say, hey, Monken, go ahead. We just gonna have to ride it out this year, take whatever happens. Because even though football is over as far as games, this, Shannon, football season is never completely over.
Yeah.
The games might be done, but the work's still there. Free agency, combine, draft.
The NFL has figured out a way to stretch out their season to be like an all year
Yeah,
thing.
absolutely. And it keeps us fans engaged.
Yeah.
So it's like, so like I said, yeah, the games might be done, but the work's still there. So like I said, we had to get this staff together, and that was a great hire because it was Clint Kubiak, him, Flores. I think I had Mike McDaniel in there, Salah. So yeah, they were all in my top five-ish. And so I'm not mad at the hire, like I said. But I said we had to either go offense or defense. It couldn't be no more. Not like I said, love Hobbs, he was great, but we couldn't do that no more. We out of that phase, that CEO phase. We need somebody that can get their hands dirty on either side of the ball. And as of lately, defense has been the main catalyst. Yes, they have played good in spots,
Mm-hmm.
but overall, like I said, we lose that Pittsburgh game. We get a stop like we supposed to. It doesn't come down to Tyler. Tyler Luke. It don't come down to that.
Yeah.
So Jesse Minter fixes that. So and they look at it like a healthy Lamar, healthy Derrick Henry. We fix up the line, maybe pluck up big receiver here. We gonna cook because we cooked with Greg Roman as the OC. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Granted, in the playoffs, they reached this little, but overall, on the regular season, we were able to put out points no matter who the OC was. Even with Todd Monk, I know everybody got on his case a little bit last year, but he was kind of dealt the shitty hand with bad offensive line play. And some of the stuff was his fault, like running the football, that's on you. But for the most part, he made what he made do out of a shitty situation. And he owned up to that. I just watched a clip with him with Ryan Ripken. He said I could have ran the ball more in the AFC Championship game. I could have did this more. He took accountability. That's what you like to see. He could have easily passed it on to somebody. Well, Hobbs ain't let me do this. He could have easily, copped the deuce. He didn't. I respect it.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, it was a great hire because, like I said, he's been here. He knows the Raven way. He comes from the Harbaugh tree, which is not always a bad thing, because Mike McDonald comes from the Harbaugh tree. And look how that's turning out. They're about to possibly win a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So I like it. Like I say, he brings young energies, young 42-year-old, so he can relate to the players a little bit more. Like I say, he can be more hands on with the defense. Like I said, all the people that was criticizing Roquan and Marlon, I guarantee you, Shannon, they're gonna be on their jock when the season gets kicking. I promise you that.
Oh, I can believe it.
They gonna be, oh yeah, we were a little too hard. It was all, oh, we said this last year. Y'all wasn't trying to hear that shit. Yeah, that team gonna change different. Watch, they're gonna be back to 11 like they did in 2024. But yeah,
That's,
great
but
hire.
that's how fans are.
Yeah, because he say some shit, some goofy shit on his platform. Like I said, which that's his platform. He's entitled to that. And I don't always agree with what he say, but don't use that to penalize him for his play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just makes him an easy target. Like if he was just quiet and all that, it wouldn't be that bad.
Right.
But like I said, Jesse mentioned fixes that. Speaking on them too, they statistically they gave up a lot of yards. We know context come with that. I've spoke on it on several groups, so he fixes that. Because look what he did with Oway. Oway got that 10 sack season. Like, all right, he may be putting it together. Then then beginning of this year, he's like, all right, he fizzled back out. He fizzled back. No play Oway. Go with Jesse Mentor. That's what I call you. Know, I got a nickname for everybody. No play Oway. So yeah, Jesse turned him back. Jesse turned him back up. Feel me? So if you see he do that with him, imagine we could do with Mike Green, Tavis Robinson. Hell, if we even was to give a David Ajabo one last little shot, I think Jesse can get a little something out of him because he's shown flashes. It just never
Right.
got put together for 16, 17.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jesse can get something out because, like I said, he was supposed to be a top pick, top 15 pick. That don't just happen out the sky. The talent's still there. I just think that injury kind of set him back a little bit. He never really got a chance to hit the ground running with that.
Yeah.
But I think Jesse can get a little something out of him because then, like I see, you resign him, it's not going to cost you next to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Pennies on the dollar. So, and like I said, Roquan will get back to that all pro level because don't have to worry about doing all that stuff. You don't got to worry about Mike Green dropping in the coverage.
And,
So, and then a guy like Teddy, you seen when he was in a similar system, Mike McDonald. I mean, I'm not Teddy Trenton. He played amazing. So, like I said, overall, it's just it's a slam dunk hire. Like I said, me personally, did I want Clinton? Yes, but I gotta remember we are a defensive first organization. You can score like we scored 40 points like week one last year and lost, and I mean you was like really
mm-hmm.
like shocked about that. So that shows you defense was the bigger catalyst. The offense only started looking bad once Lamar got hurt. A couple people started getting banged up. You feel me? So it kind of
Mm-hmm.
faltered a little bit. But when everybody fully healthy, they were scoring 40, 30, 35. They were putting up points.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Um. So for me, like because I said I didn't have anybody who I wanted, I wasn't like moved one way or another, but like I wasn't mad and I wasn't like overly happy about it because I'm just like, okay, now what's next? Um, I was torn between whether or not we should have went offense or defense. 'Cause I knew we needed somebody who was, an expert in either one. But I am happy that it's a defensive coach because I feel like that's what we've been missing for the past 2 seasons. Like we were missing just being the Ravens defense. What we're known for, and I feel like when you watch the playoffs, and we always say this in December in the playoffs, run games and defenses travel. And you've seen a lot of great defense in the playoffs just this year. So that's what I want to get back to. I want to get back to the point that people actually like failing the Ravens defensively, more or less feeling like we not the quote unquote bullies that we used to be. Like I want to get back to what it used to be and hiring a defensive minded coach and somebody that's been a part of the organization so they know what the standard is. I think it was a great hire. Now that said, I hope that I hope it was really like I heard what they said at the press conference today, and we're going to talk about the press conference next. But I really do hope that he was their like number one choice in a sense, because I saw a report that said they were also interested in like interviewing some of the coaches who were in the conference championships, but they couldn't because they couldn't get like an in-person interview,
Yeah, yeah.
and they still couldn't get one even after, like this week. They still can't get one. And they said that because the Raiders were also interested in Mentor, they pulled the trigger and they went with just said forget about everybody else. Well, I'm not mad at that at all because honestly, if you waited around, he might not be there no more. And then if you really felt that strongly about him when you met with him, you can't let him walk out the door. Like you see that happen with free agents. Like we saw that just happen with John Harbaugh. Like if you really, really want to coach, you just can't let him walk out the door because you don't know. Like with Clint Kubiak, he probably has a lot of options. Who's to say that he would have picked us? So I like the fact that he's somebody who knows what the expectations are. Like, being here, understanding that, like that's really important. And that's how you continue on with tradition. So again, I wasn't mad and I wasn't overly happy, but I am looking forward to, what he'll bring to the table. Um, he has my support. Like it's a new era. That's how I look at it. I will say this last thing. I'm happy that it wasn't a retread coach because Steve Bisciotti gave up the impression that he might have
Yeah,
been interested in it. And the only retread coach I probably would have been like, okay, to would have been the one that went to the Titans. the 49ers DC,
Robert Sala, yeah.
or Brian Flores. I wouldn't have minded either one of them if it was a
I'm
retread
gonna
coach.
add one for me, not to cut you up,
Hmm.
Mike McDaniel, because he had Tua and them balling. It's not his fault. Tua can't keep his brain on. Can't keep his
The
brain
only
out of
thing
it.
about him, and I'm saying this because I had watched when they was on Hard Knocks. It's something about his personality I don't know about as far as being
We get it.
a head coach.
Yeah, he said a lot of like.
Offensive coordinator. I think he's going to be great. Like I saw how he worked hand in hand with Tua and how he talked to him, and I think he's going to be. I think he's going to do great with Justin Herbert. But I'm just saying, like to be a leader and like how he would handle press conferences. Sometimes he looked like a confused teenage child sometimes when he would be in his press conferences. The way he would stand and he kind of looked kind of nervous. I don't
He
want
be
that from
trying
my
to be
head coach.
overly funny sometimes.
Yeah, like I don't want that from my head.
Yeah,
I need you to be confident because when you confident, then that goes to the rest of your team. Like this
I get it.
that just carries over. So I was thinking about him for offensive coordinator. Like I was open to that when they were, throwing that around.
Yeah, he
Um,
interviewed for both actually. He
I
actually
know.
interviewed for both.
And the only other two I wasn't interested in was Mike Tomlin and Sean McDermott. And it's not that I think that either one of them are bad coaches. I feel like they're in the same road lane as John Harbaugh. Like it would have just been
Absolutely.
like bringing in John Harbaugh. How do you replace John Harbaugh with Mike Tomlin or Sean? I just don't. It didn't make sense to me.
No.
And I know fans got mad at me when I made that post saying that, but my whole thing was it just got to be that you want Lamar to have or want the Ravens in general to have a black coach because I don't understand why y'all are talking about Mike Tomlin. I don't like it. Ain't nothing against him. We've given him praise, when we do our preview shows. Nothing against him. I think he's a great guy, and I hate what's happening to him now. Like the rumors that are coming out.
Yeah,
But
he got forced out. Don't we
but
know the real?
but to say bring in Mike Tomlin for what?
It was just hot clickbait to send out of it.
Like it doesn't make sense to me. So those are the only coaches where I was like, no, and I would have been okay with them. Like when they were talking about Kevin Stefanski,
Stefanski, yeah. Oh,
I
granted, he
wasn't interested.
did have some good spots in Cleveland, but
Oh yeah, I just
how he handled the whole Shador thing turned a lot of people off, and even myself.
But you know why? What made me say I was out on him because Browns players said when he got fired, even before he got fired, or it was towards the end of the season, one of the Browns
Right.
players said, "We need a guy that's just more than X's and O's." So like he might be a great coach. Like what we want from John Harbaugh, he doesn't have. He doesn't have. John Harbaugh doesn't have that. He doesn't have what John Harbaugh can have. Like to just be a
Also,
leader of men.
motivation and all that.
Yes,
Yeah,
like so. I did when I heard that, I was like, yeah, I don't want him. So overall, I'm happy. And
but
the next topic we're going to get into is. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
just a quick little nugget falls with the whole leader of men thing.
Hmm.
That can be kind of mistrade, Shannon. You get what I'm saying? Like, because Tony Dungy quiet as a church mouse, but the player, everybody's not going to be Bill Parcells. Come
Oh
here,
no,
I know. No,
oh
I'm not
no,
saying
that's
that's what
not.
you're saying. No, I'm saying it for the general statement. I know that's not what you're
Oh
saying
yeah,
because
no, because I'm only going on.
some people lead different.
I would have never known. Like I watched them when they did the AFC North
Yeah,
Hard Knocks. I seen them on there. I didn't have a negative opinion about them then.
yeah,
It was his player saying this is what we need. So it made me feel like that's something he wasn't given. I know Tony Dungy was a leader of men, and I know you can lead different ways. But I'm just saying for
as
that
great as he
Browns
was, even
team.
Warren Sapp said, "Man, he ain't changed the quarterback, so we needed something different." And he loves Dungy, but every coach gonna have the players say something like,
Oh yeah, it ain't. Oh no, it ain't. And I understand that
Listen,
respect.
I'm not banging on the table for. I didn't want to
But
leave.
that
I'm
was
just
my whole.
putting that up
But
there.
the thing about it is, okay, so like this, right? If you're looking for a referral when you ask somebody something about a person,
For
whatever,
sure,
a restaurant, a store, and
for
they
sure.
give you their opinion, wouldn't you consider what they're saying?
You keep it in the back of your mind, but you always want to charge things for you. You know how many times we done probably me and you both, just anybody, general, you like somebody, oh, this movie probably sucked, but then we saw like, oh, I actually liked it. Feel me?
Yeah,
So
and it's
you
been
know
a
what I mean?
reverse too. People like
Yeah.
movies that I don't, so I
So
get that. But
it's all you know.
if somebody says a movie is good and you go to watch it, and then or even if they say it's bad and you still watch it, you're still going to be like, man, Shannon said this movie was bad, but I actually liked it.
Right.
So if the Ravens would have interviewed him and felt like I like him, Kevin, he could be our head coach. I wouldn't have liked it, but they would have felt they would have felt what you're saying. I'm
Yeah,
just saying that here a player who just played with him for how many, what, how long was he there? He
yeah,
went to five, 6 years.
5, 6 years. Yeah,
Yeah, so to have a player say we X's and O's, he got it, but we needed a little bit more. He probably just I don't know what he's giving them to get them
right.
riled up. Like they say, Mike Tomlin could say certain things, but whoever you want, whatever. And I'm not even talking about just yelling because I don't think that always does anything.
Yeah,
But
that's
you got
not
to
the
get to
'80s.
the point
You can
of,
get away with that in the '80s and '90s, not now.
oh, I mean, people are a little bit more sensitive now, so
Yeah, yeah, you can't.
that
Bill
stuff don't work.
Parcells, no, he cussed Lawrence Taylor out, so you know that says a lot in itself, right?
Yeah, and then you still got like old school coaches who gonna want to do things old school's way. When you hear certain things that came out even about the Ravens, like it was being said that some coaches were trying to hold people accountable like players and it wasn't received well. So it's just a different era. You gotta
Mhm,
figure out how to relate to these guys today,
for
which
sure.
is why I'm saying for the Browns player to say that, I was like, yeah, I don't want him over here. Because I was when Steve Bisciotti was talking, it made it seem like that's what he wanted. Like he
That's
was
what
thinking
he
about
based, and
a
he
coach who
gave
may
his
have
record,
failed
and
before.
yeah, and he gave the record. That's actually his record as a head coach. That's what
Yeah, I
made
was
me
just
like,
like,
oh shit.
yeah. So I was happy when he went to the Falcons because I was
Yeah,
like, please no. But continuing on with our new coach, so he had a press conference today, introductory press conference. I watched it. You said you watched it. So
yeah.
give me your initial thoughts after seeing the press conference today.
He definitely wants to be the head coach of this team. He was he was glowing. You could see the energy. You saw it the day before when his family here and all that. Like he felt like this was the job for him because, like I said, he already
Mm-hmm.
been here. He know what this organization is built on. He know the leadership. He trusts the people in charge. So, like I said, man, that's why I think even if I think me personally, I think he still would have waited for this job, honestly. Because I like you go coach the Raiders and you know that front office is a shit show. You got a rookie quarterback to deal with. You go coach Arizona, Kyler Murray playing Fortnite all night. Like I think he still would have held on long as he possibly could because that's what you didn't see people turn down a Browns job. So
That's crazy.
everybody not just trying to be a head coach just to be a head coach to get fired. And
And the Eagles offensive coordinator, they couldn't get it. They
yeah,
just
yeah,
got one.
they got one now. Yeah, yeah. Because it's like people like I don't want to get a job just to get it. Get it ran. It's only 32 so somebody's going to take it because it's still a
Of
raise.
course, of course.
But some people like why I do that to get fired. Like if Clint Kubiak, like if the rate, like if that's all he got to choose from is them two, he might say, oh, I'm staying my ass in Seattle. Don't wait till something else
Right,
up. Like that's what Ben
right.
Johnson did. He saw, see, the Bears got something brewing over there. They just need a, uh,
Mm-hmm.
it's like he'll wait for a team that got something like intriguing, and he can just add a spin to them. But them two teams, long ways to go.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he definitely wants to be here. You can tell he's passionate about Ravens. He wants to get back to that, like you said, standard Ravens defense. And he used the word "we." Like he said, it's not going to just be me because I'm a defensive guy showing them the offense. It's going to be everybody. He said my best player is Lamar, so I want to make sure he has the best team around him. And then I like the questions they were asking too. Jameson and all of them asking great questions. They was like, how does it feel taking on for a guy been 18 years? He gave Hobbs his credit, but he said I got to put my own spin on things and add on to the tradition that was built here even before
Mm-hmm.
him, Coach Billick. So he knows the Ravens history and he
Mm-hmm.
wants to uphold that. And so, he's saying he's going to be a player coach, be hands on, have an open door policy, what you're supposed to have. Your players should be able to come to you like for stuff that has nothing to do with football. That's how you build a good rapport for them. That's how they run through a brick wall for you, speaking as a coach. You feel me? That's how they'll tear themselves apart for you if you show that you care about them as a young man and a man, not just a football player. You know what I mean? They'll run to heaven, they'll run through hell for you. And that's the vibe I'm getting. Like he just want to get back to Ravens football. He's taking his time, making sure he hire the right guys, not just putting together a staff just to put it together. Like you got to fit the culture. He's gonna call it defense. I'm actually glad about that because, like I said, Zach Orr gave us PTSD. So I'd rather have a Spurs guy call defense. He said he's still going to be able to head coach and manage the game
Mm-hmm.
and still step in like on offense because they basically was asking about hey, you running the ball and all like he said I'm gonna do what a head coach supposed to do, step in and
Mm-hmm.
hey, and take charge. He's like, I'm gonna let my coaches do their job, but at the same time, I'm responsible for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like he didn't shy away from no questions. He answered everything. Like I'm really excited. Like this rejuvenated the whole entire fan base. You're gonna have some people that's still gonna be, job sad or whatever the case. And I get it because Hall's been here for almost 20 years. I get it. So for the younger fans, that's all they knew. They didn't get to see Brian Billick. The people that's like under 30. So that's just all they know, and I get it. But people will warm up to it more once football season actually gets like back like at this year.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess I'm excited because, like I said, as great as Hall was, man, you have to defend him a lot. But as of lately, we couldn't put ourselves up here look like fools to keep defending the foolishness that he was allowing and making changes. So, but yeah, we needed that fresh blood. So yeah, like I said, I'm very excited. I think he's going to do very well. A lot of people trying to give him a short clock, which I don't like, because I guess they still feeling some type of way about. Like I said, Hobbs didn't get done wrong here. He got an extra few years extended. He probably should have been fired at the 17 if we want to be technical. You know what I'm saying? After that third year missing playoffs, regardless of what happened, who got hurt, it's still 3 straight years no playoffs. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
if we look at it from the optics, Steve stuck with him. Said, "Hey, you just get rid of your D coordinator." When he switched from Joe to Lamar, that bought him more years, so he didn't get sandbagged here. You know what I mean? Like Sean McDermott. Sean McDermott got sandbagged. Feel me? Like that was, I think that was some shit between him and Josh Allen. The owner said, "Man, my quarterback come first. I can replace you." That's my personal opinion. I'll have to ask Andre more about that. As far as that. But yeah, it wasn't that type of deal. Like it was just time. It was just time. That's why he was so graceful about it. But
Well, I
like,
don't.
look, go ahead. I'm pretty much done. Go ahead.
I was about to say I don't even see nobody talking about John Harbaugh no more in a sense of
You'll
like
you'll see
wanting
it
him back or mad that he
every
gone.
you'll see it every now
But
and then. Not a lot.
I've seen more people still talking about Mike McDonald, and I'm like,
Of course, you hit the Super
you
Bowl, so that's gonna be the
yeah, but not even that. When they were saying oh they bringing in Mentor and he's just an extension of John Harbaugh, I'm like, but y'all like Mike McDonald, like
no.
what
He's
is
more
he?
of a extension than Mike McDonald, if anything. They like I said, people just the
I
heart.
don't get it. I don't get
He's
it.
more of
And
a
that's
extension
what
of Mike McDonald. That's why he got the job.
I don't. I mean, he got his
You
first
heard what?
opportunity. He got his first opportunity coaching the NFL with the Ravens under John Harbaugh. So
Absolutely.
I'm not going to act like that didn't happen.
And who
And then
got
he
that
went with the
first
brothers.
opportunity
So he,
coaching under Harbaugh in the NFL? Mike McDonald.
yeah, he
Then he
did.
went to Michigan. Like people forget that. Like what we talking about here?
Yeah, I mean, but I'm saying all under the same umbrella. So it's
Yeah,
like you
absolutely.
can't want Mike and then be mad at Jesse. Like it doesn't make sense to me.
They're the same
So
coach essentially.
yeah, I don't get that aspect
That's
of it.
just
But
people just trying to find a way to,
still be mad. Keep saying
mis-
somebody fumbled.
misplace their anger. That's all.
Yeah,
That's all.
but
It's
even with
essentially
that,
the same coach.
with the press conference, I think he did well. I mean, I felt like he was very well welcomed. Like the way they welcomed him into the castle, that was amazing. I mean, you can't
And he
feel
met with
more.
the staff the day before. He didn't have to do that. He could have just
Yeah,
chilled and whatever. He made it his business. Yeah, that said a lot.
it was a lot. Like I think it was cool. Like I said, I don't know him and enough to be like. It didn't move me to be like, yes, now I love him. Like I'm looking forward to what's to come. I like the fact that he was saying like he's his own man. I like the fact that he comes from a coaching family too. Like that
Rick
stuff
Minter,
matters.
shit. Rick
So
Minter. Whoever
I'm
don't
like,
know
oh,
that,
that.
sorry to interrupt, but I had to
Mm,
interject on this. Dude, Google Rick Minter. That motherfucker the shit.
yeah. So I think it's a great thing. I think the only thing that I didn't hear him say in the press conference, and maybe I missed it. I don't know if anybody asked him what type of defense he was going to run.
No, they didn't ask that. Yeah, because he said he
And
wasn't going to really put out Pacifics like stuff like that. That's going to be wait and see type of thing.
oh, I didn't even hear him say that.
No, no,
But
no, no. He didn't say it because the reason why I know it's in the same round because they asked him about he ain't going to officially announce hires. So if he ain't going to do that, he definitely ain't ready to put out what defense
Well,
he
the
ready
reason
to do.
why I would think that that's not the same as announcing hires is because he said he was going to call a defense. So if you're going to call something, you should probably know what you're going to run.
No, you're gonna know what you're going
So,
to run, but you're not ready to tell other 32, 31 other teams what you're going. You get what I'm saying?
well,
You know,
is it
I'm
really much
a
of a,
coach.
but is
I'm a
it really
coach,
that much
Shannon.
of a, but is it
I'm a
really that
coach.
much of a secret to say if you're running 4-3 or 3-4, like what
Not
else you going to run?
really, not really, but it's
So
just
that's but I'm saying all that to say, me and you have discussed wanting to get back to 4-3. So I looked
yeah,
into what he was running with the Chargers, and he was running 3-4. But they say they kind of did hybrid, and they did some like they would go to 4-3. So that's what I'm interested in saying is if
for
he's
sure.
going to bring some of that to Baltimore because we've talked about that
I'm
being
pretty
a
sure.
preference, like the 4-3. So
I'm pretty sure.
I would have liked to hear just heard that aspect of it. Like, what are your plans defense? I like how they asked about Kyle Hamilton and how he might want to use him. I mean, like I've said to you, like he's a weapon. Like you can want him to be a safety, but I don't think that he should just be relegated to the back. If I can use him in so many different ways, why not?
Only thing with, like I said, I love it. Only thing with that is going to hurt his chances to be like defensive player of the year because if you not getting, you just if you're not like getting a bunch of turnovers, that hurts your chances. Not saying you still can't get it, but you feel me?
Yeah,
Like if he's strict
it's
at
different.
safety and he getting 7, 8 picks, that's going to stop. That's going to be more alarming to the voters than you just coming out and make a bunch of tackles. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I,
yeah,
I'm
but
I'm good with it either way. I'm just speaking from a
no, I get
offense
it, and I
standpoint.
want him to get all his praise. I mean, he just got his big payday, so he's definitely getting the respect. He's an All Pro, definitely.
Yeah, yeah,
But I just think that it's great to have a defensive player like that because you
for
can do
sure,
so many different things with him.
for sure,
And
sure.
Jesse is looking forward to being able to utilize him in whatever way he wants. So I'm interested to see what he's going to do with him. But overall, it was cool. Like I wasn't like, yeah, I'm excited now. I'm just like, all right. Like I just
Yeah,
like everything that he said. I like that he said because they kept asking him like, how do you plan on building relationships with the players? And I'm like, how do anybody do? You know, in my mind, I'm listening to like these are dumb questions because what you think he's going to do? You got to get to know him. And he basically was saying that like that's not something you can force like over time. You do it. That's what it's. He just got hired last week.
yeah.
Like it's the off season. Like he's going to get to know these guys, and I think it's going to be good. Like he's younger, so he might can relate to them in different ways. I watched tape of him as a coach with the Chargers, and the way that the players like all rallied around him. Like that's what you
Mm-hmm.
need in general. Like so, I'm excited for the new era because it's just different. You know, like we've been the same for 18 years at this point. Like we knew what we were getting with Harbaugh. With this situation, we don't know. But I'm not like the people you were saying, like where they giving him like a short leash. Like, how can you give him a short leash? You know what I mean? Like he just coming in here. He gotta still get his imprint on what he want things to be. So do I think that having him changes the expectations? No. That doesn't change what we think we should be.
No, for
But
sure.
if we end up, losing a divisional round or the AFC championship, I'm not gonna be like, no, fire him. You know what I mean? Like,
Right,
no,
right.
like depends on what happens, and I think it'll end up being good. I do. I really want to see who he picks for offensive coordinator though. That's what I'm interested in.
Yeah, he taking his time with that because he know he has to nail that because like I said, your best player is your quarterback, even if you
Well,
are
they say
defense.
Lamar want Cliff.
Only thing about that, he a quarterback, so I get it, and he want to make sure Zay get happy and get paid too. I think that has a little bit to do with that too. You feel me?
Hmm.
But I don't want to be in the game. Y'all think y'all cried about monking. You get where I'm going with this, Shad, right? Wait till the fourth quarter. Derrick Henry got 4 carries.
Yeah, pass safety.
Yeah, y'all gonna be ready to burn Cliff House. That's why I say be careful. Yeah,
Hmm.
unless Lamar can sell Cliff, like, look, man, still feed this big motherfucker behind me, because that helps everybody else too. At
Hmm.
least he could sell. If he could sell him on that, then I'll be cool with it because he has a good play card, but he way too pass happy for my liking. That's why David Johnson went out of Arizona. Remember, he
Who?
went out.
Oh,
David,
oh,
oh
oh,
yeah,
oh, oh.
running back. Remember, that's why he went it out. He said, "Man, like, damn, I'm out here just blocking."
Yeah. So that'll be
So,
interesting.
like I said, Zay will love it because Zay will get to run his bag up. Feel me?
Hmm.
So yeah, I don't want to forget about Deuce back there.
Yeah,
That's
me
my
too.
own. If like I said, if he can, if Cliff can bend the knee a little bit, like, all right, we can split. I'm gonna make sure that big motherfucker get 20 cards. I'm good with it because he has a good play card. But like I said, we just went through that. Feel me? Well, I'll go through that again. Feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
So
well, speaking about Lamar, do you think that the Ravens and Lamar can agree on extension by the new league year?
for
I think that's
sure.
sometime in March.
Yeah, for sure. Like Steve already was talking to him, so and Steve have kept him in a loop of everything. And Lamar gonna be appreciative of that. Like I said, 2023 was a mess. That's why that shit got drug out because you got motherfuckers like Steve and A. Well, if the Sean got fully guaranteed, that's how so that whole thing became a mess. So now we got all that bullshit behind you. Yes, yeah. He Lamar wants to still win. He never came up most. He wants to be the highest paid quarterback ever. Or feel me? The first thing he talked about, what he talking about, trying to win a championship. Trying to win a championship. That's all that's on his mind. So he know to do that, you have to have other good players around you. So yeah, they'll get that deal done. That's the least of my worries. Like I said, now for all the hoopla behind it, yes, they'll get that because like I said, Steve has given him a lot of leeway that probably most players don't get. Feel me? And
Hmm.
Lamar's going to be appreciative of that. So yeah, they'll get that done. I'm not worried about that because I'm sure he don't want Corey Bullock blocking for him at center. I'm sure he don't just want to rely on just Mark Andrews all the time. So, you know, love me some Mark, but I got to keep it real.
Yeah. Um, I would say I hope it gets done. I don't know if I can't. I don't feel
I
comfortable
just
saying
don't.
yeah. I think it's
I
going to
don't
get
see.
done.
He included this man in the head coach search. I don't think
The
Lamar
reason,
going to take that.
well,
Yeah, no,
I
you're
hope
entitled
that
to that.
no, I
I
hope it
just,
happens how
you
you
know,
said, right? But
you know.
Lamar plays a lot of social media games, so I don't know what's going to happen.
I mean, I get that.
And for him to retweet recently a picture of somebody, a picture of a kid in his jersey, but the caption was saying, "Oh, something, something about maybe this is a sign for Lamar to come to the Raiders." And then I guess Lamar got
I
feedback,
missed.
and then
I missed that one. I
yeah,
missed that.
I'll show you the post.
Okay.
And Lamar got feedback, and he was like, "Oh, I didn't read the caption. I just saw the kid wearing the Raiders jersey."
I
I
mean,
don't
he just
believe that.
trying to be a
I
good.
don't. No, 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 no,
I don't
no.
want to. I don't
So
want to.
that's what
You
I mean
entitled to that,
about.
Shannon, but I don't want to jump
Oh,
up there just off
I
of
don't.
you
You
know.
don't. I'm saying it. You ain't saying nothing. I'm saying it. I'm saying that Lamar plays social media games. If you don't agree, don't agree. But he shared a post of a little kid in his jersey, and the caption was saying something about him going to the Raiders. And he had to get some sort of feedback about it because he was like, "Oh, I didn't even read it," and he untweeted. He untook his retweet.
Man,
And
that's
I'm just saying that Lamar plays social media games because he does. So I don't know what he wants to do. And I say that because, like, after Steve Bisciotti's press conference, I felt like, shoot, Lamar should want to be here. There's not many owners who even allow you to have input on what's going on.
what I'm
People was
saying.
mad that he said Lamar didn't have power, but Lamar shouldn't have power.
He
Lamar should
shouldn't.
have input. He should
Yes.
have input. He should be able to say whatever. Like if he likes Cliff, he should be able to say that. You like me? He should be able to say that, and you should listen.
Right.
But he shouldn't be able to control who the head coach is or who the offensive. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't make sense to me. So I don't get the people who are upset at the he doesn't have power thing. But I feel like he should want to sign an extension because as you can see, it's like a partnership. So I think that he should. I hope that he does. I just don't feel comfortable right now saying like, yeah, it's going to get done because I don't know. I really
Uh,
don't know. Like I don't know what Lamar is going to say. Is he going to make himself available to really negotiate? Like I don't know what he's going to do. So I
reason I
hope
say
so.
that,
I hope so.
and Shannon, everything you said was fair and to a point valid for what you saw. But like I said, I just don't see him doing it because that's going to hurt him. The one that's cap hit too
Okay.
big, and then you go up there. You already just got hurt getting beat up behind the bad line. You ain't gonna be able to get lineman if you carry a 74 cap hit. Then you're gonna be out there throwing to fifth and sixth rounds. Right? He not trying to go back to that. I promise you, he
Yeah,
not.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I wanted to get done because I
like I
don't want to
said,
be
the
talking
social
about it.
media stuff. I don't, I take whatever. Like I don't really. I take that for whatever it is. Like I don't really dig deep into it unless it's something that's really blatant, like shit like that with a little kid in Jersey or whatever. You
It
know,
wasn't the jersey, it was the caption. It
I said
wasn't him wearing
I
it.
didn't see it. I
Let
said
me get my let me go
like
because it became
I
a
just
big
have a
thing.
hard time to really think he gonna leave here to want to go to Vegas to get his
I'm
ass
just
handed.
telling you
I'm
what I'm
just
saying is
I
it's
know
just like what
I'm just
it's the
speaking
same thing that he did
just
when he
no.
it's the same thing he did when he liked that picture of him wearing a Dolphins jersey. You don't think stuff
You
like
from the
that
crib, so I'll get. I'm not saying it's right.
okay,
I'm just saying that's
and
me.
that's doing your. This is my thing. So
Yeah,
and that's what this is what makes me so mad when it comes to Lamar because y'all act like
yeah.
acknowledging the truth is such a bad thing. He's doing these things. So okay, so let's just say this. You say it and you don't care, right? Like you can see all that stuff like I don't care, it don't matter, it's
Until
nothing,
he
it
come out
doesn't, right?
his own mouth and say,
Right.
"I want to put," then
Like when he
social
tweeted
media
and said
stuff is
like when he tweeted and said I requested a trade from the Ravens because they won't
yeah,
pay.
yeah, yeah.
So my point is let's
We
not
know
act like he
that was a
plays
trade,
social media
Shannon.
games and he been doing it. He do
That was a
it.
trade. That was a trade. That was a
I
negotiation
don't
tactic.
care
We
about none
all
of
know
that
that.
because you
We
can
know.
negotiate like the professional that you are.
Sharon,
So
that's no. I'm
I
gonna give
hope
you.
that
I'm gonna give you an example. And like me and you, our companies say we want to raise, but we know the other people like going up, will up our pay. Like, hey, I'm about to go over here with such and such. They like, oh no, you ain't going nowhere, Sharon. You know just what you like. Yeah, what you need.
mhm.
That's no different. No
And
different.
but you know what that is? That's us
Yeah.
negotiating. Lamar could have kept negotiating with the Ravens and we would have never known nothing. He was coming online with this stuff.
Did I
So I'm
like
just
that he put that? Absolutely not, of course. But
right. So I'm just saying, and so when I'm seeing him in 2026 retweet something similar to things that he was doing 3 years ago, it's yeah, I'm like, I don't got time for this again. So I'm just saying, I hope that he negotiates and talks to Eric DeCosta,
yeah,
keep it off the internet, and let's get a deal done. Because if
for
you want
sure.
to be here, it's best to get it done. so that we can then move on to the next phase of the offseason, which is free agency.
Yeah.
Trying to sign other people, trying to figure out how to make the team better.
And
But if we
another
sitting here
thing,
still hung up on your contract,
yeah. Now, and another thing is that gives me a little comfort that he would do it. He loves Tyler Linderbaum. He loves Isaiah Likely. Feel me? They his guys. So I just find it hard. He gonna say, you know what? I need my whole $74 million, and then them guys gone. Then he playing with a bunch of then. Yeah, I just find it hard to believe.
I
I
don't.
like I said,
I hope
like
that
I
he
said,
wouldn't.
you titled how you feel, Shannon. I'm not
Can
trying to
you?
sway you
Let's
about
be
your
clear.
opinion.
Let's be clear. I'm not saying that it won't happen. I said
Right.
I hope that it happens.
For sure, for
That's
sure,
all I'm saying. I'm not. If it happens, I'll be as happy as you.
for sure.
I'm just saying I don't want it to be mid March going into
You
April,
don't
and we
want it to
still
be
like,
tug. You don't want
oh
to be
man,
tug.
the
You don't want to be
Ravens and
tug. You don't want
Lamar
to
are
be tug
still
of
doing.
war. You don't want to be tug
Just
of war.
get the deal done. I mean,
For
Josh
sure,
Allen
I
got
agree.
extended. We didn't hear no back. The deal just got done. What do you want?
The
Get it
thing
done.
I agree with you. The thing with that is Josh Allen doesn't take as much criticism as Lamar. That's what I say as
I
much.
don't care about none of that. I'm talking about you negotiating about a
I
contract.
get it. I get it. I'm just putting things into perspective a
No,
little
that's
bit.
not perspective. Everybody in sports has to negotiate their contract. However
No
you
doubt.
go about it is how you go about it. I'm just saying if Lamar wants what the team wants, see Bashadi wants him to be here, or DeCosta wants him to be here, Jesse Minson wants him to be here. Do you want to be here? Okay, let's work on this deal. If I'm from my understanding, they can talk like he not on another team. They could be talking right now, so that by the time March comes, all they doing is announcing we got an extension. I would
For
be
sure.
happy if that happens.
For
I
sure.
do not want to be going into mid March and April, and me and you we decide to do a
I,
podcast, and we
I,
like when you think
I
the Lamar
highly,
Jank, when you think it's going to happen. No, get it done.
yeah. Only reason,
That's
like I
all I'm
said,
saying.
no, I'm with you, and everything you said was spot on. Like I said, you said nothing wrong for the record. I was just giving you just certain context. Um, I just think because like I said, that's going to affect him. So that's why I say I highly doubt that he's going to let his two best players that he rely on a lot walk because he wants to be because he wants to say I need all my 74. I just got a hard
And it's
time.
not even about the 74 though, because it's more or less like a negotiation they can agree on.
Yeah,
So it got to be give and take on both sides.
for sure, for sure.
You want the team to be better. We can't have this big cap hit. We can
Yeah,
still
for
look
sure.
out for you and make sure you get what you're a top quarterback. They're not going to lowball you.
Oh no, absolutely not. That's why I say he never out his mouth said when he got drafted. Did he say I want to be the highest paid quarterback ever? Just follow me, just follow me, just follow me. What did he say? You go get a Super Bowl out me. Granted, it hasn't happened yet, but that's his main focus. Then him being the highest paid quarterback. I know things change, people change. I get it. That's fair, but I just find it hard to believe he's going to let cripple the team just to
Yeah, and
whatever.
I
I
don't
just
think that
don't.
he would either. I just don't want it to drag out. That's
For sure,
all. Just
and
if
that's
you
still
want to be
crippling.
here,
That's still
let's get the deal done.
right. That's what I'm saying. That's still somewhat crippling because you got to get a certain deadline. That's why I say I think he's going to do it. He's going to do it in the appropriate time to sum it all up.
Okay, so then the last topic we were talking. You actually just mentioned some guys that are free agents or could be free agents or we could leave. So, do you think that they're going to use the franchise tag on anyone, and if so, who?
Okay, probably likely because it's cheaper. It's cheaper. Like
Hmm.
Tyler Underbody had to sign him to it because they got to figure out how to break that bullshit down with just all linemen grouped together. That's stupid as fuck. You devaluing the offensive line as a whole doing that. Feel me? A
Hmm.
tackle not supposed to make what a guard make or center make. Like you just treating this position like it don't fucking matter. It's because they don't score a touchdown. That's what I'm getting. Let me know if I'm speaking out of turn. Feel me? But that's the first
No.
thing people complain about when like
Well,
they the most
they
important.
say that the tackle is kind of one of the most important positions too on your
It
team.
is the most important position in your team. Cause we done seen Joe Theismann get shit snapped in half because he
Yeah.
didn't, what I mean? Like, yeah, so they need to break that down because, like I said, he would have his option would have got picked up. It wasn't for that foolishness. They have to change that, but it's gonna be likely because it's cheaper. Because you talking about probably 20 something million versus what 14 maybe 13 is 14 ish. So it'll be likely. I'm sure they'll try to work something out with him as well, or they'll do what they did with Metabik. They tag him, then make
Hmm.
the extension just so they can keep him and give him, just so they you here, you ain't going nowhere now. We can lock
Right.
in a deal. Ain't gotta worry about you
Right.
testing the market. So yeah, I think it'll be Isaiah likely because of the price.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I feel like just to piggyback off of why it's important for Lamar to get that deal done, like that's why it's important. Like it's some guys that we need on a team that is kind of hard to negotiate with when you got
Yeah.
such a big cap hit still, even if you
Mhm.
could just don't, drag the negotiations out. With likely, I just feel like you can't let him go.
Oh,
You
man.
can't you can't. I just don't see how you let him
I'm gonna
go.
be hurt, bro. Like
And I don't know
what
which
Andrews
tag,
have done for us, he can't be trusted lately. We got to be straight up honest. He can't be
I
trusted.
mean,
He can't be trusted in the big game. We got to be real.
yeah, I'm
Yes, his
not
accolades speak for itself. Yes, we feel we acknowledge that, but he can't be trusted in big games. This is
yeah.
well documented.
Well, me wanting likely ain't even really about Mark Andrews. Like I just really
Shit.
think that Mark
So
Andrews, I
I'm gonna
just really
speak for
think that
myself on this
likely.
one. Yes.
Well, that's fine. Then that's fine. I just think likely really is a beast. Like I think
Yeah.
I
Oh,
just feel
that
like he's
too.
too.
That you know that too.
I
That
think
too.
he's too good to just let go. And
Yeah,
I
for
feel
sure.
like he can still
Absolutely.
be. I feel like he can be utilized in so many different ways offensively that Todd Markin didn't even really unlock. Sometimes we talked about even like the two tight end sets a lot. We didn't see a whole lot of that. It's
You
just
can
so much
flex
you
that
can do.
motherfucker out to the slot.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just so much you can do with likely that I
Yeah,
feel like losing him is like you're losing a weapon. Like you're losing a part of what your offense can be.
absolutely.
Um, and and then like and then on the flip side, if you want to talk about Mark Andrews getting older. So you can look at it like, well, we got likely, and however it might work out with Mark Andrews,
See,
might not
Shannon
work
try to
out.
be
You
nice. She
still
try to
got.
get
No,
Mark. She
I'm
try to
not,
get
because
Mark.
my opinion is not about Mark Andrews.
I know. I'm messing with you.
So I think likely is great on his own. Like I don't. It ain't about me. I don't need to dug Mark Andrews to big up Isaiah Likely. Like I think he's dope. So I think it makes sense to franchise tag him.
What do you say?
I
You
let.
feel
I think it's a. I let her. I think it's a great
all
thing to
right, Sean.
franchise tag him and try to work something out with Tyler Linderbaum because it's like we need him too. Like that's important. It's just a lot. So because the tag is cheaper for likely, but I'll say this because I don't really agree with like if likely goes to Eric DeCosta and says I really would like to just go to another team because I want more of an opportunity, then
I can't even blame him.
then you might not want a franchise tag because you might want to respect. Um
Can't even blame him,
it's like
honestly.
Hollywood and them wanting to trade. You know what I mean? Like it's Orlando Brown. Like you kind of do you want to just respect their wish? I just don't want him to get to that point because I know he probably feels like he could do a lot more with more opportunity.
Don't let his agent get in his ear.
That's what I'm saying. So I think financially it makes sense to franchise tag him, but I don't want him to feel like he's stuck. Like if he legit be like, I don't want to be franchise, like he wants another opportunity. I think respectfully, you gotta let him just go.
Yeah, because you holding the player hostage essentially when
Yeah.
you do
So personally, I wanted to be him, but if he feels like he doesn't want to do that, then you gotta respect it.
that. I hope it's still. 'Cause like I said, I love me some Mark. You know, I defended Mark forever, but I have to trust what my eyes saw, and I know you do too. Feel me? So
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
I'm
but
not trying to come
even
here
even saying
January,
that
April,
even
June.
saying that
Ooh!
about even saying that about Mark Andrews, like I'm not dwelling because he's not about to get cut. Like they not
No,
about
for
to.
sure. No, for sure.
So
No,
that's why it's for me. It's not even. My hope for Mark Andrews is
I'd rather have he'll be
shake off
tight end
whatever you've
too.
been, huh?
Tight end. He'd be tight end too. Not to interrupt you. Tight end too.
Yeah, let him battle it out. I mean, you gotta go to training camp. So if you wanna have a fair competition and do it like that, do it like that. I mean, he
Mhm.
wouldn't be the first, number one. I had to move to number two. I just don't think that they're gonna. He ain't getting cut. You know
I
what I
got
mean? So
I
it's
got
like
I got PTSD, so you got bad with me.
about
Because that
what?
just him, period, and past
I
December.
mean, but he already got signed. I mean,
I
well,
know.
I guess that'll be just be something
I'm just
everybody can
saying.
complain about.
I'm just talking about overall as a whole, not just the Buffalo game. Just put it on Front Street. But I've been said this after December. He's like he's like he's in vacation mode. That's why
Hmm.
Drew called on 1 p.m. Mark. That shit is the funniest. Cause it's low key Drew. Drew called on 1 p.m. Mark. He said that shit. I spit my juice out, Shannon.
Hmm.
Because
I
he
feel
said
like
he
I mean,
no good at the 1 p.m. game. It is low key true. If you look at the whole scape of it. 1 p.m. He the man. He gonna get you 10 catches, 200 yards. 4 p.m., 8 p.m. and December games, 2 catches, 15 yards. You like what the fuck? But yeah.
Well, either way, he had to do some things because you don't get a triple crown with an organization not making
Oh
places
no,
come
that's
in.
why
So,
we know he is the shit
so
from
I'm not
September
about to.
December. Oh no doubt.
Whatever it's going to be with Mark Andrews is going to
No
be.
doubt.
But I just like likely. Like I would hate to
Yeah.
lose him. That's all.
Like Ian Rappaport said. I don't know if you remember when we first started letting Likey rock out. You let that genie out the bottle. It's hard to put him back in. Feel me? Remember when Andrews got hurt in 23? That's when and
Hmm.
Nike was going like he said, you can't put that genie back in the bottle.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I still a fan here, boo. Yeah, so hopefully, like I
Hmm.
said, we keep him, man. Because like I said, if his agent getting his ear and say, hey man, you can go start here, you can get this, you ain't got shit on
Yeah.
targets. We might be
Shoot.
cooked. We might be cooked.
Yeah.
Like I said, I love
Well,
me some Mark,
I hope
but
that doesn't
it's
happen.
just I'm praying. Like I said, I love Mark. I know during the season he gonna do his thing. It's just once at the week 8-17 hit, that my anxiety gonna kick in a little bit.
Hmm.
He can shut me up. He can go crazy. Feel me? Shut me up. Feel me? And have
Yeah.
one of them
All
historic
it takes is
playoff.
one run.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm not, and he has the capability. We know it. The motherfucker can play it. I think it's more mental, me personally. Feel me?
It is. That's why I said I hope he get his mind right. Like
Yeah,
I think that Buffalo game really like impacted him. Then it carried over into this season, and
yeah.
I just
Because
hope this off.
he was in the shit. He was on a lot of people's shit list for how he
I
handled
mean,
it after.
the
No,
man was
how he
in
handled it.
hibernation. Like we didn't see
Yeah,
him
because
a
right.
month. Like
Let me tell you what. Because how he handled. If he'd went to the press and like ate it, like Lamar ate it and all that, it'd have been nobody. All right, Mark, you had a bad game. You feel me? But for you to do some
yeah,
sucker shit
but
and
that's a
wait,
lot of them. That's a lot of
yeah,
them, though. That's why I said that the last time we had a show. Like it's a lot that I hope changes when these guys come back.
yeah,
Because a lot
like
of them do that. That get mad, don't want to talk, and all that. It's like
that was real. Like
whatever.
girl, like you let your quarterback sit there and take bullets for him and you. Even Zay as a
Because
rookie, he fumbled and still.
I'd rather you sit in a press conference and cry like the Bills players was doing. Then you walk out the room and don't want to talk about
We'll
it.
even let you you showing emotion, you showing it really
Yeah,
affected you. We'll even like, oh, we would have consoled you, feel me?
yeah.
But you just
Well,
straight, oh, took my
that's why
ball, go home.
I don't fault people when they cry after games because it's like it's emotional from you get that
For sure,
close to whatever you
for
at
sure,
and you
for sure,
lose.
for sure.
I ain't like Caleb Williams jumping in the sands in his mother's arms. I felt like, bro, just go on the back. Like you don't jump in your mother's arms and start sobbing and on them. That
We
I never
already,
seen nothing like that
yeah,
before.
he got a
That
mature.
that
He got mature.
that took me back. But like,
He already getting like grace with the nails. Like don't
yeah,
be that evil. Feel me?
yeah.
Like
But
come on
like when
now.
MB cried after the game and K like when you cry, I understand the emotion of
Yeah,
it. So
for
I would
sure.
prefer that
You know I
than
don't care about KD crime, but to your point, yes.
yeah, I'm just
I
saying in general, because like
yeah.
even one of them games last year, it wasn't the playoff game. 77 had a bad game. They say he looked at the media, did like a deuces and walked out the room. Like he knew he wasn't going to talk to them.
You said
So it's
who?
like
Oh, we talking
77,
five
Falele, yeah. But they wanted to talk to him because of the whatever I forgot which game it was. But I'm just saying they
I think
do
I know.
that and on this
I know you talking about. It'll
they
come
do
to
that
me.
on this team. And it's like, why y'all doing that? I'd rather you say and cry than
It was the Texans game when we got our ass kicked. I remember now.
yeah,
Texans.
I don't like all that. So I hope that changes
Yeah.
going into the new season with a new coach
Player
and all of that.
accountability. I'm
Be
sure Jesse
accountable. Yeah,
going.
be
I'm
accountable.
sure
That's all.
he hopped on that a little bit on his presser. So yeah. Okay. That's it, Shannon.
Yeah, that was the
Oh
topics.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah. We had a nice lengthy show because we probably gonna be back on here to probably combine draft.
Lamar signed a deal.
Well, Shannon calling the shots for Tuesday, so that's Thursday is my
Soon as
Brown.
Lamar signed a deal, we doing the show.
So look, as I said, Tuesday, Shannon. Even though we're doing a show Thursday, but we also only because we had specific reasons for this. But Shannon called, so we going on longer the deal. So yeah, this is a partnership. I know my name is on it, but it's a co-partnership. But yeah. So I'm with Shannon. Get your closing remarks
Man, you talked about this, and again, we just want to say, congratulations to John Harbaugh. We
for
both
sure.
think that that's going to be a good opportunity for him with the
Yeah.
Giants. They've been looking for some leadership, some structure. I think he'll do
Hmm.
well with that young group of guys and the talent they do have over there. Much appreciation from us to him.
For sure.
Um, Jesse Mensa, we are both looking forward to that. Can't wait. I'm just excited about what could come from that. What I do want to say is this, because everybody's still talking about Mike McDonald. One thing he said and one thing his players said was they think the biggest reason they had success this season was because everybody bought in OTAs.
Yeah.
Mike said a lot of people showed up. He said majority of them showed up for OTAs. And then one of the players said, he said training camp is just you getting ready for the season. He said, but I feel like in OTAs we built the chemistry, and that's why we were the type of team that we were. The last time we had a show, and I said a change I would like to see, and I talked about Lamar and a lot of other guys and why it was important for Lamar to be at OTAs. If we're going to talk about Mike McDonald and why they're now in the Super Bowl, and congratulations to him, I think
That's
we're all probably rooting for him, and I hope
good.
they win. Like I'm rooting for him.
I know they're gonna kick the Patriots
I
ass,
don't.
but
I mean, I think they're a better team. And I was going to ask you who you think will win the Super Bowl,
yeah,
so we can do that after this.
for
But I
sure.
just want to say all of that them saying that about the OTAs goes back to what I said the last time we did a show, and why I would like Lamar and other guys to show up in the offseason, voluntary or not, because all of that matters. The little stuff
Mm,
matters.
yeah.
So I hope that they take that into consideration. And like maybe this time next year, we're on our way to the Super Bowl because they took a different approach in the offseason. New coaches, same expectations, but everybody need to do something different. Be accountable, and like Bill Belichick would say, like do your job, do your job. And they petty for not voting him in. That's a whole nother conversation now.
Yeah, I've been arguing about that all day long. Like
That's crazy to me.
he getting punished for some bullshit that
And they better hold it against Tom Brady too.
that's what I'm saying.
If Spygate can be held
They are
against him,
they
then
don't
and they
because
better,
they know if they don't the
they
optics
better, right.
looks gonna look real bad. So
That's the only way it's going to make sense to me. Because I'm like,
yeah,
Spygate, okay, well, the Flakegate was Tom Brady scandal. So
he
make sure
actually
y'all hold
did
that
that.
against him.
We talk more
Oh, we,
speculation
oh, we
versus
know. Oh, we
facts.
know. Oh, we know. You
I'm just
can't,
gonna
Tom
put
Brady
that
fans
out
don't
there.
want to hear that. Like,
Yeah,
bro, you the one that broke the phone, deleted text. Like, that was like Bill Belichick
we
said when
talk
they
more.
asked me, he was like, ask the quarterback. I don't deal with no balls. Like, that was his scandal. So hold
Yeah,
that
so
against Tom Brady, too, if that's what we're going to do.
people just like again like like Belichick an easy target because like Marlon. Because he's out there with his young girlfriend and stuff like that. So I'm Channing. We keep it gutter here. Like, be wrong. I mean, let me know if I'm
No.
speaking Tom.
Yeah,
If
people
he
people
went,
don't like that. Yeah.
yeah. So he's an easy target right now. So when people with easy target and stuff, they just find they run with it. It's a trend. You know what I'm saying? It's a trend.
He
Because it's
was
like
mean
it's
to
the
them in a
when we're on
press
God's green
conference.
earth, you can sit there with straight face in the Hall of Fame room and say this. Look at this man's resume.
Yeah.
It's nowhere in the world. It's nowhere in
It
God's
should be
green.
yes. Everybody shouldn't be no debate.
That
Say
should
his
be like
name.
Bill
Yes,
Belichick. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go to the
exactly.
next
That's
person.
it.
Fuck
Exactly.
out of here, man. Like, come on. Like, that's crazy. That's just that's an insult to the game of the sport
Yeah.
itself.
And it was wrong when it happened to T.O. Like we talked about that then too. So I don't know why people keep
That shit.
saying nobody did this for T.O. Yes, we did. We was all saying that
Dude,
was
this is
wrong.
my thing. What a person do in a personal life is not supposed to have effect on it. This is an NFL bylaw, Shane. You know this. Supposed to have effect on a Hall of Fame candidacy. Marvin Harrison was charged with fucking having guns. She did something wrong and still went in
Hmm.
pretty bad. T.O. just all T.O. did was show emotion and didn't take no bullshit. That's it.
Right. Right.
You're gonna be like, come on, bro. Randy Moss said, he said, bro, there's nowhere in the world. He said T.O.
That
should
was
have got that
crazy.
first round. He says like they that's easy. That's an insult.
It is.
When you
But about the
when all your stats are only behind you, only person that was in front of T.O. and everything was Jerry Rice. That's it.
yeah,
And that's the greatest ever
it
played.
was no big. That's what makes it like not credible no more.
That's
Like,
why they got this is my opinion. You may agree, you may not agree. But I'm sure
mhm,
you'll agree to disagree. I think the Hall of Fame voting, just with any type of voting with sports, should be fans. Because our opinion, man, we watch the game, we support, we
mhm,
buy former players, current players, your media pundits, your team representatives. Feel me?
mhm.
I think it need to be like that. The way you get different aspects.
Yeah, and
If you just
rotate
leave
them
it out,
out.
yeah, you just leave it
They
in this.
shouldn't keep staying on there. Like rotate them
Yeah,
out.
yeah, because you need to get input from everybody.
Yeah.
Because
But we talked about the Super Bowl, so give me your Super Bowl picks. Seattle or New England.
I'm going Seattle 38-17. This going to be Denver Seattle-ish type Super Bowl. Only way this game stays remotely close if Sam Donald come out a little slow, and I don't think it's going to happen because Clint
Yeah,
Kuviat on cooking with grease.
yeah.
This going
I
to get this
think,
going to get ugly.
yeah. I guess like with more time, you'll see different people breaking down the games of why this one might can win or that why that one might can win. I just feel like the Seattle Seahawks, particularly since the playoffs have started, they just been dominant. Like they just been dominant,
And if
and
Tariq Woolen don't make a dumbass fucking taunting penalty, that game is would have ended in a row.
yeah, yeah.
So
And as long as, like you said, as long as Sam Donald can just be a game manager, like, we don't even
he
need him to
hasn't
be
he
a
hasn't been
hero.
that. He hasn't been that. That motherfucker's on 300
But
for three.
he been playing well.
Yeah,
He been
so
do
yeah.
so. I mean, do what got you here, right? Do what got you here. I just hope that he can remain calm and not get outside himself. We'll be seeing
Don't let
ghosts.
the Super Bowl
Because
get you all.
remember when he said he was seeing ghosts
Yeah,
when he
yeah,
was
yeah,
playing
yeah.
against the
I
Patriots
think
that time?
I
Like
think he passed
just
that now.
so just stay calm, and I don't, I think it'll work out. I mean, and the thing about the Patriots is, I was thinking about this. I can't think of one game this postseason where, like, offensively they just like went off and did
Exactly.
something that made you be like,
Exactly.
"Ooh,
They scored 16 points, 24, 7 that was on their defense, and they just scored fucking 10 and the backup
yeah,
quarterback spotted them.
right."
It's like,
So, but their defense is cool. Like,
they okay.
I think their
They
defense
cool.
is cool enough
It
to,
is. It is.
because they could. I mean, shoot, if once you get into a defensive battle, it's about who gonna break and who not, or which quarterback gonna make less mistakes. And CJ
They've been
Stroud was just
playing
making,
against sub. That's why I said Stroud was
yeah,
selling. You played
yeah,
against
that's what I'm saying.
Herbert
Like
was
they playing
selling.
against, right. So that's why I
You're going
think
against a
that.
red hot offense now. So
Yeah, that's why I think that Seattle, the way Seattle been playing, I can't see them losing. I
yeah.
can't.
And then Mike
And
McDonald, you give him 2 weeks to break down that young ass offense they running in New England.
yeah,
Man,
I don't really, but I still
this
think
gonna
it's a
be Seattle Denver
cool
part 2.
season. It's a cool season for both of them, because I didn't realize Seattle didn't make the playoffs last year.
They were one
They
game
won
short.
10 games,
1 game short. Yeah.
so I think it's good. Both teams, especially New England, from where you were to where you come, you
Yeah,
get a new
4 and
coach and you in the
13
Super
to 30
Bowl.
to 14-3. Yeah, for sure.
So same with Seattle, to miss the playoffs, you win 10 games, you know you got expectations, you get the number one seed, and then you. I think it'll be interesting, but I think I'm gonna go Seattle. Like I don't
Give
really
me a
know what they
give
could
me a
do
score.
offensively.
Give me a score. Let's make it. Give me a score. Makes fun.
I really respect their defense. I'm talking about Seattle.
I got you.
Um, it's a Super Bowl. I'm gonna say I'll go 17 Patriots, 30 Seattle.
We're not too far off. I'll just add it. Just a touchdown higher because I just know how these games go when that team is so dominant defense and their offense still playing well too. Versus a team that's a good defense and their offense like
Yeah.
yeah. So like I said, and then he basically said when he talked the other day, he said my first vision was to recreate the Legion of Boom. Said
Who
him and
said that,
Cam
Mike?
Chancellor. Mike, he said he was talking about that. I mean, when they had him up there at the podium with Cam and all them. He said,
Oh,
"This guy right here, Sherman, that's I wanted to bring that back." And if you look at it, Nick Amari is basically, from a body standpoint, like a Cam Chancellor. He got ways to go for us to live up to the hype. Family,
mm-hmm.
Street Bowling and Dion Witherspoon, both 6'3", 6'4". Who was 6'3", 6'4", and 6'5" at corner? Shannon and Brandon Browner. Julian Love is flying around like a Earl Thomas. Feel me?
Yeah.
DeMarcus Lawrence like a Michael Bennett, you know what I'm saying? That they have similar makers of that team. Like I said, I think that's the greatest secondary I ever watched play.
Yeah, they were
I'm
great.
just talking about from the secondary aspect.
Yeah, they were great.
Them motherfucker, they had Peyton Manning just do 55 touchdowns. They made him look like a fucking Division III quarterback.
Yeah, I was just talking about that today, actually.
Yeah, that was the
Damn, we
best
talking about
season
them.
Peyton Manning ever had, and they made that motherfucker look like he played quarterback at ICDC college.
Yeah, because we was talking about that and how they
I
played the
was like,
Patriots the next year. We was like, if I was,
they was a
we
little
were just
beat up.
saying.
They was a little beat up. That they still play well, but they was a little beat up. So,
Oh no, my point was, I was just saying, if they would have ran the ball, I think we all think they would have
oh
won
yeah,
that
of
Super
course,
Bowl.
of
So
course, of
we
course,
were
of course.
saying that how great that would have been. You beat Peyton Manning in the fashion you
And
did, and
Tom
followed
Brady
up with
back to
beating
back.
Tom Brady. And that,
Yeah.
like, that would have been dope.
Pete Carroll fucked up
I like that
a
Seattle
great
team. I really like
dynasty.
that Seattle team. I like this one too.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna win.
They had him, like I said, man. Pete Carroll fucked up a great dynasty story by being an asshole because Michelle ain't want to talk to the media. You supposed to say, you know what, run the ball and I'll answer questions for him. You feel me? Supposed to have your players back.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, but
that was
yeah.
such a bonehead play. That messed up that team.
And you
That
know
team was
this.
never right.
And you know this. And if you peep this low key, him and Russell Wilson has not had no good fortune since that. Because Russell Wilson could have
Well,
audible. Russell Wilson he's the court. He could have audible and said, you know what, fuck that. We giving this bitch
well,
to
I don't
Marcus.
know that. Is
He
that
said
fair to
it.
say that?
He said it on his own mouth. He said,
No, I'm saying, is it fair
I
to
could have
say that?
audible ran the ball.
No, is it fair to say that they ain't had like what did you say luck since then? Like Russell Wilson had some good years in
I mean,
Seattle.
they things have went kind of downward spiral from what at that point where they were at. He
I'm
was
not.
still
I definitely
playing
think that.
okay.
I definitely think that messed up the
Yeah.
just the team in general. But I don't think I still
And
think
look at
Russell
them two
Wilson has some.
motherfuckers now. Both Russ is a backup and Pete Carroll just got canned. So I'm saying, like, ever
I
since
mean,
then,
yeah.
things
Well,
been
let me
going.
be clear. I'm talking about. I don't think that Russ was just trash when all of after all
No,
of that
he
happened.
still
Like
played
he
great.
was
I'm just
literally
saying they didn't have the playoff same
no.
success.
They. I mean, well, yeah, that's a different conversation because then you can talk about
Yeah.
who was on the team and how the team was built. It was
He
constructed.
still was
It was
playing
constructed
pretty good.
good those years. Russ had some decent. Yeah, the first year, Lamar won MVP. It
Yeah,
was him and Russ
he
up
was the
until
runner
he
up.
played that.
He had the
Yeah,
number 2 spot for sure.
yeah, he was all right.
I'm just saying from a collective thing, like things like kind of like they didn't have that same like feeling that juice after that. Because like I said, that broke up that messed up a dynasty because that team still would have probably been together for a few more years.
Yeah, I
Like I
agree.
was so upset as a football fan. I'm like, bro, you can't be shitting me, man.
Well, then other stuff started coming into play. Money, like with Earl Smith, that was about money. Like it'd be a lot. But that was a bad
I
decision.
just
You
if
run
you
the
talk about
ball.
things outside of being watching the Ravens, I enjoy watching them.
It was good. I like
I
that
see
team.
Cam Chancellor come down here and blow up a guard. You remember that play when they played the Cardinals?
Not
The
particularly, no,
guard,
not offhand.
you probably got watched. You probably the guard Eric Winston pulled right. He came down. Mind you, this is a safety doing this. This ain't supposed to be done. He came down, blew his fat ass up, and tackled Chris Johnson in the backfield at the same time.
Yeah,
Mind you, saying a safety. This ain't a linebacker. This ain't a detective. This is a safety doing. Most safeties getting out the way. He blew his fat ass up. Like Tam was
Oh, he
different,
was
man.
hitting. He
He
was
was
hitting.
that Shannon. I don't know if you watched the thing with Rondé Barber they did the year they won the Super when they played when they won the Super Bowl. He had them
Who?
down talking. Rondé Barber had interviewed them all, the leads in the boom. I'll send it
Oh
to
no,
you.
I don't. No, I
I'll
ain't
send it
seen
to
it.
you. I'll send it to you. He be basically had them all like giving you like prop each other up. Like he started with Sherman. He said, Sherman, prop up Cam. He said, anytime Cam walk up and it's a scuffle, that should stop immediately. That like he
They,
was different, man. Like
yeah, they were great.
that motherfucker had Vernon Davis waking up middle of the night. Like, oh shit.
Yeah, they were
Oh
good.
my lord,
No, they
man.
were great. They weren't just good. They were
He
great.
was he that but they said he was the one that set the tone for them. Feel me? They said when Cam
Well,
lit him up, they
one day
knew like, all right, it's time to roll.
they'll do a 30 for 30 one day and give
I'm
all the
sure. I'm
information and
sure.
tell us
I'm
what was
sure.
happening there.
Oh, for
That'll
sure.
be
You know
good.
what's coming. You know what's coming. But yeah, they
Yeah.
said Earl was the one. Like they know, if Cam ain't get a big hit, he's like, all right, it ain't go time. Man. He said when Cam lay that first boom, they like, oh yeah, we cranked up now. Feel me? We activated. They said, then yeah,
They play for each
I,
other. That's how you
I'm
gotta
gonna
play.
I'm gonna send it to you. Like he didn't, yeah, like I said, Earl went last. He gave Sherman his props. Then he was trolling him a little bit, called him wing wearing Sherm because he's so skinny. And Ron, they was like, I
Because
see.
I defended Richard Sherman so many times back then.
I told everybody did schemes are different. I used to have to get into that argument too. Oh, you don't do, man. Everybody's scheme different.
Mhm.
Like everybody, not, you know what I mean? Yeah,
That's the thing about it when you coach players, period. Do you have a
yeah,
scheme or do you let them do what they do best? Like, if I got a
yeah.
scheme and you can fit it, I don't care what nobody got to say.
And Sherman played, man, and did very well. Yes, like I said, yes, Pat P had to travel because he was the best defensive player on his team. When you got other good
Hmm.
players, you don't have to do that.
And Revis.
Yeah, same thing. He outside of him and Kamari, like them guys had to do. Reeves and
But this is a
Sherman.
question I always ask people. Would you rather be able to shut down one whole side of the field because then that limits what the opponent offense can do, or would you rather have your best cornerback just trailing the best wide
Because
receiver
if
and
he, because he could travel the best receiver, then the number 2 receiver can go kill you.
right? And that's what so that used to always be my argument. Like I don't see how y'all knocking Richard Sherman because if I'm shutting down one whole side of the field, that
Sherman,
limits what you can do offensively.
Sherman confidence rub people the wrong way to keep it all the way real. Feel me? Remember he
Probably.
was always talking this shit like boom,
And
boom,
that's
boom.
why I like them. I like them.
And
I
that's
like
a
that.
lot of people don't. Everybody, me and you like, but a lot of people feel like, oh, this little jerk. Feel me?
Well, that too, but they did. I mean, outside of that, people always talk about the football aspect, and that's what they talked about, like he ain't travel and all of that. But I'm like,
And that's why I
he
said
did
that
what he was asked to do.
that played into their assessment of him because it's how he carried himself too. They like he like he just so good. I motherfucker talking and backing it up. What the fuck do y'all want? And every time he would give up like a catch or something, they're like, she. I'm like, bro, come on now. Like, let's not do this. Let's not do this. Dion give up a coach a catch, so he sucked now too. Yeah. So yeah, we had to make this a little long for you because like I said, this will probably be a little minute before we do a show. But yeah,
As soon as your man signed that deal.
I'm saying, so Lamar not your guy too? Damn, you said you straight threw that at me like a fucking Dragon
No,
Ball.
because y'all, the way y'all be defending them, I'm always going to say y'all got,
So
because
even I'm
y'all,
gonna tell you why.
you,
I already explained myself why I defended because the way how they talked about this kid in college, that shit was despicable. Feel me? Even down, still low key at the two MVPs. Motherfuckers are still, all right. You know, they're still finding something. Like, bro, what the fuck more we got to do? You got all these other quarterbacks ain't accomplished half of the accomplished. I'm just saying, like, I get it. He promised a Super Bowl. He was being confident. There's nothing wrong with it. He didn't put a date on it. He didn't say yeah. He just said, "I want Super." That's the attitude you want to have, right? It's what are you supposed
yeah,
to say?
that don't
Yeah,
bother
y'all
me.
gonna take me. I'm saying that's why a lot of people kind of attack him, low key. But I'm just saying the way how they attacked this kid out. So I was like, man, he need to switch to play receiver. I'm like, bro, what?
No, the way he was handled coming out of college was wrong. I mean,
Yeah, that's why I
I don't,
always defend him a little extra because that shit really pissed me off, man.
no, that's fine. But I don't think that because I was talking to somebody about this
Because
today.
Baker won
Like,
the Heisman, they ain't say he need to do this and that. But I'm like, but Lamar won the Heisman. I was y'all still not sold. Okay.
no, I mean that plays into race and things like that too. Like
Yeah,
that
so
be it'd
that's
be a
why
lot. It'd be a lot
it
of shit.
always burned me up a little bit. That's why I know I coddle him a little too much, but only but I still get on too when it's warranted. But it's just always because like I'm like, bro, the man got two MVPs. Any other
Let
quarterback
me give
that
you an example of
they
what
would
I
put them
mean.
on they would put
Let me
them
give you an
on.
example of what I mean when it comes to Lamar. Because I want to be clear.
Okay,
I don't dislike Lamar. I'm a fan of anybody that's on my teams. Like I'm
for
not a
sure, we
LeBron
know that.
James fan. Like I'm
We
not
know
a
that
LeBron James fan, right? But he's on the Lakers, so it's like I ain't rooting for him to lose. I'm not rooting for Lamar to do bad. I want him to do great because I'm a Ravens fan. He do great.
for
He
sure,
doing great.
for sure.
My issue is that I feel like a lot of people who want to defend Lamar, y'all be hypocrites sometimes. And I say that because it'll be things that you'll say about another quarterback that could apply to Lamar that y'all don't want to acknowledge about Lamar, but you want to acknowledge about another quarterback. I don't like stuff like that. If you think this can be consistent and say the same thing about all quarterbacks, cool, right? I'm gonna give you an example of that. I saw a post that was talking about
Well,
Lamar
you
and
can't be
Joe.
saying me because I agree with
No,
everything. They need to be a leader. I say I agree with that. He got to be more.
I'm
I'll
about
agree
to
with
give
all.
you this. I'm about to give you this example.
Okay,
And I saw a video. It was actually Nick Wright did it. I think it was
okay.
Nick Wright. Nick Wright did the video. He was saying that Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson have played and missed the same amount of games since 2020. So the same thing, right? And
Right.
Ravens fans will say Joe Burrow was injury prone, but would not think that or say that about Lamar Jackson. And I'm not telling you that you should or you shouldn't. But how can you say that Joe Burrow's injury prone, but then not have that thought process about
For
Lamar
sure.
when they've missed the same games and played the same amount of games? And then when they compare Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen, they played 19 more games than both of them, meaning
Right.
they've been available. So
Yeah.
if two guys have both been injured and missed the same amount of games in the same amount of time frame, how can one be injury prone and you don't think that about the other one?
And to defend, because you're clearing it in a way, but the piggyback on that, you know, how many people have said the opposite. Lamar's injury prone, and they give
But
Joe
they
Burrow
should.
a pass.
But that's
That's
my
what I
point.
feel.
If
You
you're
said
going,
it's
that's
been
what
spinning
I
around
don't.
the other way.
But
It's been spinning the other way
do you
too.
not understand? I said hypocrisy. That's my
Yeah,
whole
for sure,
point.
for sure,
People
for
will
sure,
say one thing. I don't care if you say it about if you can say it about Lamar, you can say it about Joe Burrow.
for
But
sure.
don't be the
Absolutely.
fan who. Because I literally got into a back and forth with my brother about this, and I'm like, I had to show him the video, like, but
So
they literally missed the
my
same
man,
games. No,
we gotta get you, we gotta get you on the show, man.
because my thing is, you can't say Joe Burrow was injury prone and then know that Lamar missed the same amount of games in the same amount of years and don't think that about him. So then his logic was, oh well, Joe Burrow be missing like seasons and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, but Joe Burrow be missing seasons because he's getting surgery. I didn't realize this until somebody else said it. Lamar hasn't had to have surgery on nothing that he's had an injury for since he's been here.
Nah, not to my knowledge. Yeah,
So the stuff that's making Joe Burrow not be available is legit. If you got to get surgery, you got to get surgery.
for sure.
I mean, you could be like Marlon Humphrey and get surgery on something and come back out and play. But either way, don't think one is injury prone and not think that about the other one or whoever you want to put the label on. So that be my issue when it comes to Lamar is like, y'all will sit up here and have these conversations about, that's why when I talk about the whole playoff stuff, I'm like, Peyton Manning and Aaron Rodgers and got dragged for years. We all think Lamar is great. Why do you think Lamar's not going to get dragged if these two got dragged?
For sure.
That's just when you're great, there are expectations. When you got a bunch of MVPs and no championships, people going to talk.
For
If
sure.
you get one
That was
championship
that
and a
was
bunch of
that
MVPs,
was
people
Peyton
going to
Manning.
talk.
Remember? That was Peyton Manning at one point
That's
in
my
time.
you're saying what I'm saying. That's my
Yeah,
point.
yeah, for
So
sure,
don't
for
feel
sure.
that way about Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, or Joe Burrow, but then got something different to say because it's Lamar. No, like if you said it about them, you got to think that about him.
Yeah.
That's my whole
And,
thing.
and like I said, you could spin that at you know this each way because you know people would have been like, well, Lamar ain't the only quarterback that had that record. It paid, it can all everything can spin to two sides. You know this obviously. It's always
That's
two
my
sides.
point. People are
Yeah,
being
yeah,
hypocrites.
yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
yeah. It all. I think
So
some people
that's what
use it to
annoys me. That's what annoys me
for
when it
sure.
comes to Lamar. People are hypocrites. Don't
Yeah,
don't talk about these other quarterbacks if you don't want the same thing said about Lamar when it applies to Lamar.
yeah. I look at Contract too. I always knew Peyton Manning didn't have the best defenses either, so that was a big part of his playoff. And once he got a defense, you see what happened.
I agree. I agree. I mean,
Yeah.
I agree with that. I feel like Tom Brady they had better teams.
Yeah, yeah. Tom and Pat and anonymous to this whole thing. Feel me? That shit doesn't happen that often. People
Right.
kind of see these things and they think that's not the norm. Them two are defying gravity, basically. Like I'm like so yeah, I get what you're saying. It makes perfect sense what you're saying. Like I said, no, when he threw that dumbass interception because the Chiefs in the AFC Championship, I got in his ass. I'm like, yo, why the fuck you throw that, Lamar? You could have took off. You feel me? Yeah, it was no
Mm-hmm.
defending that, even if you wanted to. You feel me?
Hey,
So
somebody
yeah,
somebody withdrew from the Raiders here because people don't want to go to them trash
nobody wants to
organizations.
go nowhere where you can get canned in 2 years. Like it's
Yeah.
just some people like
Mm-mm.
just to get the title for a year or two. It's not worth it.
Yeah, and I can see why Moken did. He older, like he might not get an opportunity to be an NFL head coach no
Yeah, for
more.
sure.
So yeah,
To
it
have
makes
that on
sense.
his resume would be great to end his coaching career. And the
Yeah,
money, like I said, Sean McDermott might end up saying, "Fuck it, it's a job. I might can turn him around. I got a rookie quarterback that'll give me at least a little bit of time."
and he must be taking a
Arizona,
year off.
he depend he might do because it's like he might like what because like I said every he another coach where he gonna be a hot candidate next year. Feel me?
Hmm.
Because it's like why take somewhere just to have. That's why Pete Carroll shouldn't have took that Raider job. I get you wanted to get back coaching, but that was a disaster
I don't
waiting to
even
happen.
understand why they fired him. I said, well, what he do wrong? Y'all trash
They
anyway.
said just they try to say his coaching methods and then him and Gino once,
Mm-mm.
and it was putting out a bunch of stuff. So they wanted more fresh blood. So yeah, Mark Davis, he clearly doesn't know what the hell he's doing. And people could say what they want about his father. His father was a football until he started like getting like senile, like dementia. When L had his sense, L was a football genius.
Hmm.
Like and Mark just taking over the team just because to keep it in his father name. He really don't know jack shit what he doing. He don't. He just this is just an investment to him. Like I said, only reason he ain't selling it because he can say his father be rolling over his grave if he sell it. Feel me?
And now you
That's the
see
only
why
reason
Steve
why. That's the
Bisciotti
only
said
reason.
he wants to.
But like I said, see, Steve Shy don't have no family ties to the Ravens. Feel me? That's
Oh
why.
yeah, I
So
mean, yeah.
L.
Like you
Davis
said, his
left the
kids don't want it,
franchise
so that's
to Mark.
yeah,
Feel me? So it's a
right.
little different sentimental value.
It's like
Just
the
like,
Lakers. I
just like,
mean, I
just
don't
like,
think the Lakers
what,
want.
of course, Jeannie Bus, just like the young lady in Indianapolis, Carly. You feel me? When
Yeah,
stuff
I
like
mean,
that get
a
inherited
lot
to
of them,
you,
because it
like
ends up being
it's
the family business. But I can
yeah,
respect
so,
Steve for saying, "Don't know, my kids don't want it, and I don't want nobody fighting over it after the fact." I can appreciate that. So
yeah,
go
for
ahead and
sure.
sell it.
Because it can get mad, it can get messy. Yeah,
Look at the Lakers.
same thing with the Texans. Kyle McNair has it. Feel me? His father left with him.
I mean, it's a
So
dope family business to leave somebody. I'll be set for life. But
yeah,
Jerry,
so,
but Dr. Bus is probably rolling over his grave of what's going on with the Lakers right
yeah,
now.
yeah. 'Cause
Like
this
it's a
shit,
mess.
Yeah, it's terrible. I mean, one championship in the last 6 years. That's not Lakers standard.
And they can't stop fighting. The siblings, they the ones with all the drama.
Yeah, that's why Magic got the hell up out of there.
He was a mess. He
Yeah,
just quit.
but hey, he went in. He turned the Dodgers and Commanders around a little bit, so obviously he's doing something right. So the Lakers probably was just too close to home for him. You know what I mean?
I mean, Magic Johnson always all of them teams he got ties with be winning. I
Yeah,
don't, I don't know. It just got messy. It was too
yeah.
much.
That's what I'm saying. It
Rob
was too close. It
Palenka.
was just too
It
close to
was
home.
he ain't
Yeah,
want to do this. That was a lot. I
and
don't
and
know.
and that's why he stepped down because he had the respect for the organization that made who he is.
Like
Feel
he
me?
said, he didn't want to. He didn't want to lose Jeannie as a friend. That was his. So he said he looked at Jeannie
That's
Buss
why
like
I
a
said,
sister.
you heard what I said, right? It's too close to home. Dr. Bus was like a
Hmm.
father to him. Feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you say I was like a father to him. So that's why it was just too close to home. But everybody, we ain't gonna keep y'all too long. We got our time's worth out of this. Enjoy the NBA play. I mean, NBA games, NCAA games.
Hmm.
Super Bowl's coming up. We got a Pro Bowl game this week. If watch it for what it is. It might be a little fun entertainment. We back when Shannon said once in a while get that extension done. So like I said, I know it's gonna get done. He ain't trying to go up there, bitch, play with the replacement. So that right there alone it has me nowhere not worried. Um, like I said, y'all be careful. It's supposed to get a little bit more snow, so supposed to be lighter, supposed to be not. Meteorologists lie like crazy, but regardless, be safe.
Hmm.
Don't throw your bag out shoveling. Be smart. Put a little salt down first, then shoveling. It's easy to get up. I learned that little trick years ago. That's it. Like I said, Shannon said what you need to say. We'll see
Hmm.
y'all probably in a month or two. We
Yep.
out.
See you, Justin.
See you, Shannon.
Bye bye.